Drum roll, people. What's up? It's time. It is time. Not only are Fridays like that day of the week where you're like, oh, it's finally Friday, which I think is ridiculous in its own right, but it's your favorite segment of the week, 5 Dice Friday. The ode to my days as a sports anchor broadcaster where I was going to have the catchphrase, Yahtzee! Maybe we'll get to that today. As you guys can see, I have this lovely, somewhere on the screen, I have this lovely thing. These are the 5 topics that I'm going to talk about today. If you guys have questions throughout, hit me up in the comments and I will talk about it. So if you like some of the things I'm talking about over here, then stick around. If not, stick around anyway, because this is going to be an amazing show. And I got my octopus hat one more time. What's up, everyone, especially you, Mr. Woody. Hope you're doing awesome. All right. Greetings, people. Adam, what's up? Greetings. Okay, so last Friday had to take my Jeep. I have a 2011 Jeep Wrangler, red 4-door. Please don't egg it. I had to take my Jeep to the place where I bought it, the dealership, because there was a noise. There was a noise that my friend who's a mechanic says, oh, it's probably this. A catalytic converter. Not a Cadillac converter. Catalytic. I have no idea how to spell that, but that's what it is. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll take it in. I called the people. I said, hello, what's up? It's your boy, Zack Miller. I'm bringing in my Jeep, and I got an issue, and I need you to tend to it. And so it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a noise. However, I bought an extended warranty, and that extended warranty is up in 17 days. 17 days before, plus 7, that'll be 24 days to go. I was like, you know what? If this is under warranty, we're going to make sure that we don't have to pay the full amount because we already have through the warranty. That's why we buy these things. So I used my friend's service, Vehicle Valet, Sean Hall. If you guys haven't seen, he was on a recent episode of Connect, a.k.a. the show formerly known as Hampton Roads Business Weekly. And he picks up cars, basically, and drives them to the location that you need them to go to. So basically, I don't want to sit at a dealership all day. He comes to my office, to my house, to your home, to your office, wherever, some random back alley, doesn't matter. He'll come, pick up the car, and take it to the location that you need it. So therefore, I give him a couple of bucks, more than a couple bucks, but that's his business, and it's wonderful. And so if you're a busy person, all you have to do is use this service, and they will make it super easy to get your car transported to where you need it to. So he goes, takes it to the dealership. This is 8:45 in the morning. Appointment's at 9, and it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Remember, I set up an appointment to take it there. He takes it there, gets there at 9 o'clock, and he leaves it, and I'm expecting the people to do a diagnostic. That's a big, fun word. Let's try and spell that. D-I, I'm done. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So they're going to run this thing. They're going to tell me what it is, and they're going to tell me that it costs this much, or that it's under warranty, yada, 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 yada. Makes sense, right? Now, before I tell you the rest of this story, when you think about mechanics, dealerships, cable salespeople, what are the words that you associate with that? What are the feelings that you have around that? My guess, they're not very good. Okay, but I give people a grain of salt. So here I am. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday, and I'm like, man, I got to get my Jeep back. I haven't even heard what's going on. So I text Sean, the owner of Vehicle Valet, and I say, hey, man, what's the dealio? Were they just going to do the work and email me back, or call me and tell me what's going on? And he's like, yeah, the guy to call is this name. And I forget his name. And so I'm like, cool. So I call them and I go, hello, it's your boy Zack. Dropped off my Jeep. What's up? And he goes, this is 6.5 hours later, by the way. Which just seems like a long time when you have an appointment at 9. And I go, hey, just wondering what's going on. He goes, well, let me talk to the mechanic. Cool. Mechanic says, I've run some tests, but I still can't find the problem. I'm like, okay, cool. It's clearly loud. It's like, I don't know how to make the noise. Imagine like a nut or a bolt in your exhaust, and it felt like it was like going around like a mouse in like one of those balls running around. That's what it sounded like. All right, so he goes, we can't find the problem. Cool, whatever. Like I'm like, all right, like this is kind of weird. I thought you guys would figure this out by now. It's been there for 6.5 hours, but I'm the one who had to call him, which irks me enough. And so I'm like, okay. So then he calls me back a little bit later, probably an hour later, and it's like, okay, Mr. Miller, because now they're using my name, my last name, instead of calling me my first name, because they're professional, and I am someone who needs to be spoken to as Misters. I hate being called Mister. So I'm like, hi, how are you? He goes, oh, this is what it is. Something with my exhaust manifold, I believe. I said, okay, cool. He goes, it's going to cost over $1,000, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Well, I have a warranty. And he goes, oh, well, you need to call this person to get the warranty. I'm like, I bought the warranty through you. So finally he was like, okay, cool. Like a little miscommunication on his end, I guess. To make a long story straight now at this point. So it's Friday at 5 o'clock and he's like, well, we can't give you the warranty. We can't start doing the work until Monday or something like that. And I'm like, great. And then, but the extended warranty person has to come out and make sure that it's actually hurt, that there's actually an injury to the vehicle or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus. So that happens on Monday. All day Monday goes by. 4:30 comes, and I'm like, hello, Mr. Man, where are you? Nothing. Finally calls me back. He's like, yep, well, I'm waiting on them. I'm like, why haven't you just told me some of this? Why can't you make a phone call? Like, these people aren't that busy, because I've been in there, and I see what they do is they just talk with each other instead of communicating with their customers, right? So he goes, okay, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a loaner car. That's cool. And then we're going to work on it for a few days, and I'll call you back. So Tuesday comes around. He tells me I have to show up at the dealership to then go to the place across the street to get the loaner car, and then they'll call me in a few days. Okay. So long story short is this, is that we're now on Friday. I've not heard from them. Okay. And I have had to lead the conversations every single time. Now, maybe this is just standard protocol for dealerships, mechanics, whatever. But I believe that this is not the only industry that's like this, right? These people aren't unpleasant to talk with when I'm there. They are just unpleasant in their process. And if we think about and think through the process that we're going through and how we are going through negative situations with this, think about how you can learn from that and implement in your own day-to-day lives. And so I know I'm going to get my car. I know they're not going to call me. I'll probably call them today. But if you work on a marketing campaign, if you're trying to improve your status at the place where you work, if you own a business, it doesn't matter what role you have. If you go through a scenario and it is unpleasant, take mental note of that and figure out if you're doing something like that in your day-to-day as well. Because communication is probably the single most important thing to the growth of whatever you're trying to do. And I just think that these people who all they have to do is simply reach out to me and say, hey, Zack, or Mr. Miller, I want you to know this is what is going on. That's it. It could be another week. I hope it's not, but they could be like, hey, it's going to be another week. As long as they communicate, that's all that matters. But they go days or hours without communicating. You guys have probably gone through this scenario yourselves. I'm not complaining about this. I'm just saying inform people when they're wondering what's going on. Right? When I used to take my dog to daycare, they didn't do this, but I've heard that other people do. Well, actually, they would take pictures and post them to their Facebook page. Super smart. I've now seen that other places, not the place that I went to, but other places will actually do this, and it's pretty cool. They will do live cams, or they'll take pictures and actually email them or text them to the owners. They do this in schools now, apparently, as well, too. Like, it's just that sense of, like, okay, everything's okay, right? And instead of making someone wait for so long, tweak your process so that people are getting the updates that they need. Have you guys ever gone through a scenario like this? Does it tick you off? Like, I'm not mad. I'm not angered. Like, even though I'm raising my voice a little, like, it's just a scenario that I'm like, why? Like, why is it so hard to tell someone what's going on? All right, so what's cool, though, is so everything will work out. But what's cool is that I get to the rental car place, which was interesting in itself. So insurance is paying for this, or the extended warranty is paying for this. They still tried upselling me, which is a totally different story. That was ridiculous. They're like, oh, why don't you get this? I'm like, why would I spend money here? So, like, again, process. Like, why are you trying to make people not enjoy the scenario that you're in? And I felt like this many times in this. And so here's this guy from the rental place trying to upsell me on something. And I'm like, dude, like, why are you doing this? And so rental car companies or anyone else that's putting people through uncomfortable, unnecessary process or unnecessary questioning, stop. Your business isn't wrong. You don't have a bad business. You have bad customer service and you have bad process that is making people hate you, and it's wrong. All right. So, like, if I'm told I'm going to get something for free, why should I be told, like, and it's being paid for, why am I being sold something? Not good. All right, but they go, hey, do you want to drive a truck? I'm like, whatever, like, I guess. Like, I've never driven a truck. I don't even think I've ever driven a truck. Well, this is what they gave me. This is a picture of it. It is a 4-door F150. The thing is a monster. I swear it takes up the entire lane. The turning radius is very difficult. I tried to do a U-turn right here, and I almost hit this car. I didn't hit this car. I'm kidding. I'm just saying that. I was joking. But the cool thing, there's 2 cool things about this car. These are not new things, but they're new to me because my Jeep, I don't have these features. But there's 2 features in this that are super duper cool. Number 1 is it pairs Bluetooth to your sound system, so I can have phone calls while I'm driving somewhere. That is super rad, and the people really can't tell. They're like, oh, it sounds better than your normal conversation. I'm like, damn. Number 2 is it has this backup meter, which is super cool. Oh, look who joined. Jared Jacobs. Nice. Chris Tillett, what's up? So it has this, I know how to drive behind. I know how to put this car in reverse meter, which is super, super important when you are driving such a big truck. And I'm not in love with getting this thing. I would never buy this thing. Apparently, these things are like $80,000, which is ridiculous. But it is super nice. It's very big. So shout out to Ford for building this big truck. They're kind of fun to do it. So I guess here's a thought. If you're thinking about buying a car, not only test drive it, obviously, but maybe even rent it for a few days to see how you really like it. And so this Ford F-150 has grown on me a little bit, which is cool. However, I would never buy it. I told my friend this the other day who's getting one of these Teslas. I said my next car is probably going to be a Tesla, to be honest. Moving on to number 3. Okay, so the NBA playoffs, I believe, start tomorrow. is when they start. And it should be interesting. It's the first year that both the Warriors and the Cavaliers have not been the 1 seed, at least one of them the 1 seed. I believe last year the Cavaliers were a 2 seed. But what's interesting is the Warriors, a lot of people think, are coming into the playoffs not as strong, and that the Rockets will win. And then also on the opposite side, the Cavaliers are a 4. And if you really look at it, seeds, I think it's even 3 to 8 are basically the same team in maybe that's in the West. I don't know what I'm saying. But the Cavaliers are a 4 seed. That is going to be really interesting to see what happens there. Obviously, we have seen the same finals for the last 3 years. And okay, so what I was saying is that basically number 3 to 8 in the Western Conference, so Portland down to Minnesota, 49-33, 47-35, basically the same record. On the opposite side, I mean, Toronto's 59-23, Boston 55-27. The 76ers, a lot of people are on them. They're not going to go far. 52-30. They might even lose in the first round to Miami. Watch out. Cleveland plays Indiana. Okay, so here's basically the thing. I think basketball is good 2 times a year now. On holidays, it's like Christmas, and in the playoffs. Now, last year, remember, the Warriors, I believe, went in, hadn't lost a game, and Cavaliers were 11-1 or 12-1 going into the finals, and then we all know what happened there. Look, folks, I think it's going to be the same thing again. Warriors versus Cavaliers. Who takes it? Probably the Cavaliers. I know no one's believing that, so then the series will be at 2-2. And then, because of that, I think LeBron stays in Cleveland. And 5 will happen again, where it will be Golden State versus Cleveland 5 in 2019. That's what I think. What do you guys think about the playoffs? What's going to happen there? I'm not always right about this, but I think it's going to be Cleveland versus Golden State 4, with Cleveland winning. Then LeBron James will stay in Cleveland at least for 1 more year. And the rubber match, the final of the 5, we will see for the 5th time in 2019, Golden State versus Cleveland 5. Who will win that? Stay tuned until this time next year. What do you guys think is going to happen in the playoffs? People probably think I'm ridiculous for even saying that. But that's what I think is going to happen. Right? At the end of the day, these playoffs are what matter. And it's going to be interesting. Thank you guys for showing up and watching 5 Dice Friday. A little John Cena action right there. Okay, number 4. So, I'm trying to bring up topics that are like interesting, things that I've been thinking about. So I was cleaning my home on last Saturday. And there's this Houston versus Toronto. I would love to see Toronto, but I know why you're saying them, because you're Canadian. But that's fine. You can say that. No, Toronto's a solid squad. It will be interesting to see what happens with them. But those are also both number 1 seeds. How original. Not that I'm really being original when I say it's going to be the same thing for the 4th year in a row. But we'll see. All right, so I'm cleaning, and I have this like trunk, I guess. And I open the trunk, and I know it's in it, but basically I pull out some yearbooks. God, these things are heavy. So, I went to Potomac Falls High School, graduated in 2012. It's now 2018, so it's been 16 years. Wow. How long ago did you graduate high school? Okay, let's think about this. So, a long time ago for many of you. But, okay, so I pulled out some of these. I don't have my senior year one. I don't know why. I forgot that one. But, so there's this. And then I was on a call before this, and I was like, let me look through these real quick. And I've looked through them. I was looking through them a little bit. But, it's amazing. Let's do this, actually. Let's find these pictures of me. All right. So this is I haven't done this before, so I might not even be able to say this, because there are some, inappropriate things that people would say to each other. People are mean, man. Okay, let's see. Can God, I don't even know that I can do this. I really want to show you this picture, but I don't think I can. Okay, so for some reason, I want to show you that. I'll find that picture somewhere else. Okay, so this is my junior year of high school. It should be available. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is great. Okay, so my first name is not Zack, it's Richard. Both my brother, my sister, and I all go by our middle abbreviation of our middle names, basically, which is ridiculous. Okay, so there I am, dweebs. What do you guys think? Right there. My first name's Richard. There you guys find something about me. There he is. What do you think? So, have you guys ever looked through your yearbooks? It is an interesting thing. Not only to look at pictures, but also like the amount of writing that people do on some of these things. Like, some people are nice, some people are not. Like, the overwhelming majority of these people you have no relationship with anymore, which is also interesting. So we'll go, let's find my, oh my goodness, look at this mullet. Not me, someone else. Okay, let's see. I know if you guys are listening to just audio, you might want to go to facebook.com/the Zack Miller or to YouTube Zack Miller Says and check this out. Oh my God. I had an acne issue in, oh my God. Okay. So, there I am right there. That one. Wow. What am I smiling at that one? And look at that hair. Like, what was I doing? Like, but have you ever looked back through your yearbooks? It's really interesting to look back at some of these things and say, huh. And I mean, some of these people, like, there's a lot of cussing, which is surprising. I guess not. Like, I remember, like, people that you didn't even like, you'd go up and be like, yo, can you sign my yearbook? This person says Zachary. Why would someone even call me this? Hey, you, I'll miss you. So, and then like a long line, much. I wish we could have become better friends. Like, what a weird comment. Like, some of these things, this is interesting. So in this, there is, I need like an overhead camera, like shooting down at this. So this is like, no, this is like 2000. So remember, like, this is like really crappy internet at that point. Oh, cool. So they have, these are some of the things that happened this year. Like Eminem. But look, there's a roller coaster, Medusa. I've been on that ride. It's the world's first floorless roller coaster at Six Flags Great America. Great Adventure. Great Adventure in Trenton, New Jackson, New Jersey, something like that. Pretty cool ride. So you ride the roller coaster, and you don't have a floor, so you're like, whoa! I rode that probably in 2002. Crazy. All right. Thank you guys for being here. So that's it for like yearbooks. Just really, really interesting to like look back and be like, wow. Like, have you guys ever thrown away your yearbooks? Do you think about throwing away your yearbooks? What do you like? I don't know. I can't throw this away. I don't really want to read them because, man, like I don't know that I enjoyed high school so much. But looking back at some of those things, I can understand why. Oh man, some people say high school is like the hardest time of your life. I can understand why. He has like this hat, Meet Edgar. I want to give away. It's pretty cool. It's interesting though. So hat, hair, whatever. So like, are you supposed to keep that on? Like, it's got the snap back. Ooh, maybe I'll rock it like this. No, I don't like that. Okay, so finally, on today's episode of the 1004 show, which has been released now, I believe, you guys can just listen to an audio version on it'll be the next episode that pops up. If you're listening just audio, if you're on YouTube, you can see the video with it as well. And if you're looking for that, all you have to do is go Zack, Z-A-C-K, Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R, says S-A-Y-S. But today's new interview, remember, 1004 show is long form interviews with really cool people. Many of them you guys may have never heard of, but you probably should have. I met this dude. He's actually on right now. Jared Jacobs, the Gold Yeller himself. I met him because I saw like a post of something that he did on Twitter. And one of my strategies is simply people that I see that are doing cool things. I just reach out and go, hey, I'd love to put you on my show and have a conversation with you. And Jared immediately was like, yeah, cool, man, let's do it. So like we scheduled it. I think we even scheduled it for like the next day or something. It was really, really quick. And I want to show you what this guy does. Like, it is absolutely incredible stuff, and you will be mesmerized. So if you guys want to watch the interview, I'll post the link here in just a second. But the stuff that he does is what they call stop motion graphics, stop motion animation. So they take a series of pictures. I want to make sure I get this right because I just learned about it. They take a series of pictures, okay? And in those pictures, they stitch together to make a video. And so what Jared does is he takes these images of famous scenes, typically sports scenes, and has these little miniatures. And you'll see it in a second. And so it is absolutely incredible. So let's do... The sound does not matter in some of these cases. So I'm just going to show you what he can do. But this stuff is like ridiculously incredible. Okay. So as you can see, it's a screen. If you guys are looking for him, I'll link to it as well. This is a famous basketball play. This is the play that... I think this is the Villanova UNC play. So here we go. Let's just watch it. So, there's a voiceover. So North Carolina gets the ball. They score the basket. But look at all this. And there's a pass. And then Villanova. This is the Gonzaga versus North Carolina one. But look at all this, right? Like, he does all this. And these videos are absolutely incredible. That's his name, Gold Yeller. It's a really cool name. We talk about why he came up with that name, Gold Yeller. But this guy has so many different... Oops. Too many times you press back. But his videos are incredible. There's a Tiger Woods one. Let's look at this. This one's probably pretty cool. I need to turn the sound off on this. So hold on, people. Hold on. We'll get back to it. Don't worry. Okay, so let's watch this again. So remember, each one of these moves, well, it even looks like that. Wow. So remember, each one of these moves, every single one of these moves is just a small little, and then each one of those is a picture, and he has to stitch all this together. And if you notice, like, sometimes this person, like Tiger isn't moving, it's the crowd that's moving. It was really interesting to not only have a conversation with Jared, but then to also kind of watch some more of these videos and everything. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. Each one is moving. Yeah, each like moving one little thing. Wow. It's just incredible stuff. If you guys have never seen stuff like this, I guess just Google stop motion animations. This stuff is absolutely incredible. You guys can. Here's the link to his channel. I'll link a couple of them. So there's the um, there's this, there's that one. That's the YouTube channel, and then there's his Instagram channel, which is super rad as well. Um, and then his YouTube video for the 1004 show, which literally I think just went out a couple of minutes ago. I'll post that as well. You guys can also just listen to the audio. But this stuff, like if you've never seen it before, definitely watch his videos. They are absolutely incredible. Um, he's a super cool dude. You guys should definitely follow him and subscribe to everything that he does. Here's the interview. I'll tag that as interview, and then you guys can watch that or audio. I don't even know how to spell. I spelled it right, but I have interview. And you know what? Screw it. I don't care. It's fine. Um, this stuff is ridiculous if you guys have never seen it. And um, here's what the interview will look like. This is what he looks like. Oh, you guys can't see. Um, Here is Jared, what he looks like. So he's a hockey player. Oh, that's the look of it right there. You can see there. Super super rad stuff as well. Um, he's a wrestling fan, which is always good too. I love wrestling fans because they make everything better. Speaking of wrestling, WrestleMania was last week. Did you guys watch? Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? It was fun for me. I enjoyed it. So those are the links to Gold Yeller and Jared Jacobs. Super rad dude. We go into a really good conversation, and I really was thankful for him to do it, even on short notice. Remember, I also like that his logo is a picture of himself. Obviously, my logo is a picture of like an animation of myself. I think that's super cool. That's something that we talk about in Anomaly, where like you have this profile picture, and everyone's picture is like I'm in a suit and I look stupid, and or I shouldn't say that. That was wrong of me. Everyone looks the same. That's what I meant by stupid. So you have this opportunity to really showcase yourself, to show off who you are, and oftentimes so many people don't do anything fun with it, right? You see me with mine. There's a championship belt. If you're looking at the profile picture on some other stuff, it's just my, I don't even know what to call it, like my avatar, I guess. Um, and I think that's important. So you guys should definitely check out what um, Jared and Gold Yeller do. Cassandra says, killing it, JJ. He really is. I mean, this stuff, what is it, meticulous? Like to do this, I can't even explain, like just frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. It's like, talk about artwork. And he sold this stuff to, I believe, ESPN, the Big Ten Network, the Golf Channel, stuff like that. Maybe not those specific things. I'm trying to remember exactly. But this is what happens when not only you have a platform like the 1004 show or Zack Miller Says, where you can learn about other people and you can have them, you can learn from them. You can offer them an opportunity to share their story. But like, you just you learn that other people are doing such amazing stuff, and it inspires you to do more stuff. And something that I never thought was going to happen with having something like this was to not only to meet people, but to really be inspired and to be thankful for the relationships that I've been able to create with these folks, because the stuff that they do is absolutely incredible. And I think that if you guys are thinking about creating some form of content in any kind of way, and you can interview other people or create relationships with people, definitely think about doing it. It's super fun. I just reach out to people and say, hey, I really like what you're doing. I would love to basically learn from you or tell other people about it. And most of the time they say yes. And when you can share that with others, it's really, really cool. I showed Dave this the other day, Jared's stuff, because we were looking at, if you look in the image for the 1004 show, there's his logo. So Dave was looking up some of the links and stuff to put in his image, and he was like, that stuff is incredible. And it like literally is. Like, I don't know how you could look at this stuff and not be impressed. So I know a lot of you guys are listening just audio. Like, seriously, go into the show notes and find the video form of it. Go and find some of Gold Yeller's videos and go watch them. They're short, 20, 30, 40 seconds. He's even done a couple wrestling ones, which are cool. He did a Macho Man Randy Savage one, which is super rad. But seriously, check out this stuff because it's impressive. And when I'm talking with Jared, we talk a lot about like things about doing the things that you want to do that are the most important in life. And I think a lot of you guys know that I believe most people are unhappy because they're not doing the things that they love. So try and do things that you love because I think your life will get better because of it. All right, that's it. I deleted something out of my trash. That was what that noise was. Appreciate you guys being here. 5 Dice Friday, episode 45 of Zack Miller Live, which means, wow, we just finished the 9th week. If that math is right. We're going to the 9th week, whatever it is. Where every day, every weekday, I talk about the things that are on my mind. But then on Fridays, we talk about 5 things on my mind. Talk about customer service and the holes that are there. The vehicle that I've been driving. You guys remember, if you guys want to see it, this is it one more time. I've been driving that bad boy, that big nugget, a.k.a. the Ford F150. It's been a monster. The NBA playoffs, sorry folks, it's going to be the 4th time in a row. Cavs, Warriors, yearbooks. Shout out to my Potomac Falls people. That was interesting just to even look through that. And then finally, Gold Yeller and his stuff. Check out that show, the 1004 show of him. You guys can see it if you're listening audio, you can see it by just going to the next video. It'll say Jared Jacobs, Gold Yeller, episode 95. Or if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just look in the show notes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give Jared some love. Please give Gold Yeller some love. I really, really appreciated his time, your time today. His stuff is super inspiring. Even though I'm not into that world, like just the craft of what he does is super awesome. And I love it. And you guys should definitely give him a shout if you haven't yet. Thank you guys all for participating, liking, commenting, sharing, and most of all, just being here. I love you guys and your support. Thanks for our friendships, and I hope you guys have wonderful weekends. And I hope you guys, if it's warm out, you get out, enjoy the weather. If it's raining, I don't know, maybe cuddle up with your significant other and watch a boring chick flick. I love chick flicks, so they won't be boring. But oh my God. Okay, this is great. This person's called me so many times. We're going to do this live. Okay, hold on.
You may press star to join the call.
Hello? Oh! I've been getting this sales call. I thought I was going to get it. And I don't know. I guess they called the wrong number. And then they keep calling me even though I tell them not to. And I wanted to do it live. I pressed the wrong number. I need to press 1 to accept. That would have been so good. Sorry. So it's like the cheesiest, scammiest sales call I've heard in a long time. so disappointed in myself. I'm so sorry, folks. I really wanted you to be able to listen to that. Sorry. I've disappointed you. I'm like truly disappointed. Oh my goodness. I'll try and record it for you guys. So there's someone who's been calling me from New York trying to sell me something. Oh, sorry. All right. Hope you guys have wonderful weekends. Zack Miller Live, episode 45, which is Michael Jordan's second number, I think. That's interesting. Gold Yeller. Appreciate you guys. Check him out. Check out all the stuff. Check out the show, the latest show that we have pinned as well. 1004 show with Jared Jacob, the Gold Yeller. You guys have wonderful weekends. Peace and deuces. Later.